I welcome you all to this very special Havi camp. So we have been doing this for a year now. This is very special for two reasons. One, this is happening on this very special occasion of Mother's Day, and two, this is the 50th class for us, 50. So we have been doing this weekly classes for a year now. We started in the lockdown one in April 2020 when it all started, and since then we have been doing this consistently. And today is the 58th class in this particular pattern, in this flow. While I conduct this particular class, it's far more special and important for me. I would say I have taught a lot to almost all sort of age groups so far, but this is a bit different for me. I'm talking to mothers on this day, and I myself has I myself have lost my mother exactly last Sunday, just 15 days back, due to a kidney shutdown. So again, this is maybe a tribute or whatever you say. It's very special for me as well that I'm remembering her on just the second Sunday, and this is Mother's Day. So anyway, this is a very special day for all of us, and uh, this is a tribute to her as well as to all those mothers present here and not present here who have been contributing to the development of not the child but the future of the entire humanity. Because as I'm not sure if everyone knows, but Gijubai Badeka, who has been considered as one of the finest educationists in India, he said once that a child is not the property of the parents; they are the responsibility for the future generation. The children are actually responsibility for the parents because they are developing them for the future generation, the humanity, overall, the entire mankind. And you are doing that fantastic job. Today, we are living in a time where we have a lot of questions. Anyway, the future of the child is the most pressing question for almost all the mothers, and not the mothers, for the fathers as well. That what my child will be doing in the future when they grow up. As a youngster, what will they do? What will they become? What will they be doing for their livelihood? In our time, when we were kids, our parents had the same question, the same pressing concern, what my kids would be doing, and they always thought maybe for the doctors or the engineers or the clerks, or any sort of government job. Those were the options in those days. Now the options are so many. We have so many things to do. But in future, the time in which we are living has been changed completely just in last 12 months because of this pandemic. We are not sure what will happen in the future because we are not known to this just maybe 13 months back. We have never thought that we will spend our 12 months just in the house. We have never thought that we will be spending 12 full months with our kids in one particular house. Just 5 years back, we have never thought that we won't go to restaurants and food will be coming to us. We have never thought there would be just in India, more than 50 lakh, 50 lakh people working as delivery agents with various food delivery companies. We have never thought, just 5 years back. We have never thought that, and again, in the future, there is a possibility that all these agents, all those people working in deliveries, the drones may replace them. Right? The drones may replace them. Then in that case, what those 50 lakh people would be doing? We don't have the answer actually. We just have the questions with us. This pandemic has just accelerated certain things. For example, the home-based robots, like the cleaning robots, house cleaning robots, or the utensil cleaning robots, the dishwashers, washing machines, the smart washing machines. It has just accelerated. But specifically in countries like India, where the domestic help is a norm. In certain foreign countries, it's not possible, but in India, the domestic help is a norm. We don't have the answer that what these crores and crores of people will be doing when the machines will take over the domestic help, the security systems, the driving systems with self-driving cars and all those machines. And our kids are going to live in the time of 2040, 2050. They'll be of age 20 years, 30 years. That means their peak time in 2040 and 2050. What they'll be doing? Will the same things which they have been learning as of now will help them in the future? But yes, one answer is for sure that no, things that we do have as of now, definitely it won't help them. Because the machines will take over so many jobs. And on the other side, the population on this earth, yes, the pandemic, as I said, has changed a lot of things. But again, if we see the growth rate and everything, then there is an assumption that in 2050 there will be 10 billion people on this earth. The population of this world would be 10 billion, which is 2.5 billion more than the current population. And in this current situation, we see what is the status of the requirement of the food, requirement of the health, requirement of the energy, requirement of the transportation, requirement of the education. We see the current status of all this. Assume what will happen when there are 2.5 billion people, another 2.5 billion people on this earth. And our kids are required to deal with these challenges. And that's why we are actually, on one side, we are facing the challenge, but every challenge comes up with an opportunity. And we do have that. We can shape the world if we act wisely. Simple. Fine? Clear so far? Now, see if we say that what the kids will have to learn in future, or now, what they should learn now in order to be prepared for the future. Can anyone just answer this question from anyone? Yes, Arav Thakkar, mother of Arav Thakkar, sorry.
Hello. Yeah, so hello. First of all, thank you, sir, for conducting this session.
My pleasure.
And yeah, I would like to say the kids today means this generations are particularly very smart compared to our generation. But yeah, as we are talking about the machines, next 20 means next 2 decades, if we consider I would like to say like the AI would be means we can think of AI would be replacing these things, no? So yeah.
Okay, yeah, fine. Yes, AI is changing again, is a game changer. What is AI? When you ask a machine to play one song, two songs, three songs, five songs, 10, 20, 100, 200, 500,000 songs, it builds a knowledge. If you do the same with me, right? If you do the same with me, at a point of time, I'll know what kind of songs you like. Right? So same is happening with the machine. Now the machine, the computer systems, the software, do understand what kind of songs do we like. And at which point of time. In the morning, in the evening, the noon, on a particular date, like for example, Sunday, or on Valentine's Day. And they promote only those songs which we are supposed to like at that particular time. And that is artificial intelligence. Great, nice. Any other suggestion from anyone? Yes, Abhiram, mother of Abhiram Chaudhary.
Hello, sir.
Yes. Hello.
Yeah, thank you for conducting this meeting. And I feel like kids should be more creative and they should think out of the box for next generation. They simply following what the methods they have. apart from that, they have to think out of the box. Like in any, like for nature and everything, they should give respect to nature, and without disturbing the nature, they have to think or like create something different that helps, because in future we feel like manpower will be very less maybe,
Correct.
so more on machines or something we have to rely, right? So for that, like the simple point is they have to think out of the box and create something new that help us. Thank you.
Exactly. Very good. So creativity, right? In maybe one word for we can use, which we can use for this is creativity. That can our kids be creative and create something which they can sell? Now, this can be a product, that means a tangible thing, or a skill. For example, singing is a skill, dancing is a skill, painting is a skill, and sculpturing is also a skill. Writing software is a skill, and hitting the ball with the bat is also a skill. And this is where the creativity comes in. That can we think, can our kids think and implement a solution, find a solution? That is creativity. So creativity is definitely, even in my opinion, is going to be one of the primary skills required to live in the remaining portion of 21st century, in which our kids are going to live. So apart from this, creativity, one more skill that I feel is very important for 21st century is communication. Can we or our kids communicate their thoughts, what they know, with the rest of the world effectively? See, communication is not about English. Forget about this. Communication is not about English. If your kids don't know English, or if they know any other language, it's all fine. Important thing is, can they convey their thoughts, their emotions, their feelings, what they feel effectively to the other person? That is communication. Many times it happens that we feel that our kids know a lot, but when it comes to the exam, they are not receiving the grades, effective grades. They are not being able to communicate or tell what they know in the papers. That is all fine. But do we ever focus on this missing factor? That what do we do? So they start communicating effectively. It's about effectively sharing our thoughts. That is the second very important skill for the future apart from the creativity. The third, which I feel is extremely important, is curiosity. Curiosity. Being curious. Because curiosity is actually the mother of all these things. It starts from curiosity, it starts from the questioning. Do our kids keep asking the question, do they have the curiosity कि ऐसा क्यों होता है, जो हो रहा है वो क्यों हो रहा है? Why is it happening like that? When they play the game, now this is the difference. Whatever they do, it's fine. But the difference between the curious or the winner and the other is when they play a game, do they have a question, okay, when I tap here, why is it happening like that? Do they have that curiosity? Kaisa kyun ho raha hai? Why it doesn't work in a different way? Because questions, the curiosity, as I said, is the mother of the best inventions of this world. You take the example of Newton or you take the example of Arjun. Everywhere it's just curiosity. The next skill, which which I feel is very important, the fourth one is collaboration. Collaboration. It was the time. If you see the last 20 years, the 20 years before that, the 20 years before that, then we have been passing through a cycle. It was the industrial age, where you just go to your factory or office. If you are into the office, you go to the office, you sit on the table, you prepare your files, you write down the files in a specific format which has been taught to you. You write down those papers, you get the signature of your superiors and pass it to your juniors. There was a prescribed way to do the work. Or you go to a machine on a conveyor belt, you stand there, a module would come to you, you just tighten the nut bolt, pass it. Again, the next one, you just tighten the nut bolt and pass it. Where you have to deal with your work normally alone. But in the future, this is not going to happen because there will be very few people in the work, for the matter of fact. Otherwise, definitely, majority of the work is going to be done by machines. So you'll have to deal with few people. There will be few people in the work, but those few people will have to communicate and collaborate a lot in order to get the things done. And this is a pressing problem even for the industry. When I run the business. And when it comes to business, even if you are also familiar with the business in any form, in any way, you know that it's easy to do the things, but it is very easy to get the things done. हमको भी हमेशा ऐसा ही होता है ना, even moms maybe use this particular sentence quite many times in a week or in a month. That खुद कर लेना बहुत अच्छा है, किसी को और को बताने से. Let me do it, they are not going to do it. Be it maybe any other family member or maybe, the domestic help, whoever. So we know that getting things done is very difficult compared to doing the things, but those who can get the things done, that means those who can collaborate well with others, they are going to be the leaders, they are going to win the market. And the fifth one, last one, is execution. We see a lot of people around us who keep talking about doing something. They do, and we feel that they are capable enough to achieve that, to do that, but they can't. And the reason, the difference is the execution. Planning करने से better है execute the things, get the things done. So this 5 important skill, 4C and 1E. Maybe you can see the formula. 4C and 1E. Creativity, curiosity, collaboration, communication, and execution. Now, rest of the things can be taken care of. Rest all are the medium. Programming is one such medium. See, I'm not saying programming is everything. I'll never say that you must teach your kids programming because they'll have to deal with the robots. How will they code the robots? Yes, it's essential, but it's not ऐसा नहीं है कि if your kids are not knowing the programming, they are being the loser. No, it's not. As like everyone can't paint, everyone can't program as well. Simple. Programming is one such medium. Robotics is one such medium. Mathematics is one such medium. You can be, if you are curious, you can be curious in everything. It's not like you can be curious only if you know maths, is it? Is it that you can be creative only if you know playing any instrument? Yes? No. They are the skills, and the rest of the things, be it arts, mathematics, science, languages, programming, sports, they all are the medium. They are not the skills. You can be very creative while playing the cricket. If you can collaborate really well, you can become Mahendra Singh Dhoni playing the cricket. If you can't collaborate well, you can become Sachin Tendulkar. See, both are very different characters. Both are cricketers, but both are very different. So all these are the medium to learn these skills, to develop these skills. Fine. Today we are going to, do something with programming and robotics. to just understand how do they help these 5 skills. Fine. So let's go ahead. How many of you are aware about programming? No. So it's all fine. Okay. So I'll be so based on this, I'll be able to decide from where should I start. Okay. So here I'm going to share my screen, and you all will be able to see this, and I'll explain you few things there, and then I'll share this link with all of you, and you can try it yourself. Fine. I'm sharing my screen. Here you see, this is a tool called code.org. There are so many tools for programming. For example, code.org, Scratch, Havi code. These are all the tools. They are not the languages. So if your kid know the Scratch or code.org or Havi code, it's all fine. Remember, important is to understand programming and not the tool. Okay, we'll discuss about this in detail a bit later. But here you see we have this pattern here. Here you see a boat, and this boat follows the instruction based on these commands. Okay, so here you see the boat. If I want to move this boat from here to here, the matching arrow is east. Move east. If I drag and drop this here and press run, okay, it reaches here and eats that scrap metal, which is the target. Now it looks like a game. Yes, it is game. We are doing something different with this. If I want to push the boat next step, I'll do one more. Reset and run. Fine. And then I can ask it to go down and down and down. Series. So we are asking the boat to traverse through this and eat all the scrap metal. That is the target. It should finish all this. Was that simple enough to do? Yes? Yes, it is. So I'll share the link here now in the chat. You can just open that and try yourself. Done? Great. Can you, I'll just enable the screen sharing. Wait a minute. Yeah. Okay. Can you please share your screen so we can see what you have done, the solution? Oh, great. Run. Nice. So all of you can see a solution here. She used the arrows and it's done. You see here you can count how many blocks have you used to solve this problem. You can see there are 19 blocks. You have used 19 blocks to solve this problem. That means 19 arrows. 18 arrows and plus 1, that is when run, the first block, when run. So total you have used 19 blocks. Let's move on. You all can try now or maybe later after the class. But the important thing that I want to convey here, I'm sharing my screen for that. So you have seen the solution prepared by mother of Niyati. 19 arrows in a row. Now I'm going to do something different. I'll reset, and now what I'm going to do is I will, instead of going east, I will go down towards south. Okay, and then again south and again south, again south. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 times south. 6 times out, and then I'll go east. And which direction should I go now to follow the pattern? Up, north. Right? Now I'll go up, north, 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 north 6 times. And then again east and south 6 times. So this will be my way of execution. Yes, I'll do this first, and then do this, and then do this. So this solution is a bit different, isn't it, than the one created by mother of Niyati. It's a bit different. Now let me do one more thing. Here you see a block called repeat. So repeat is actually, it's called loop. In the programming world, in programming language, it's called loop. I'll do one thing. I'll remove all this and I'll put repeat here. I want to do it 6 times. So 6 times south, and then 6 times north, and then 6 times south. But in between of this, I'll have to go east. And now reset and go. So this solves the problem again. And as you see, the approach is different. This is the third approach. We have found the third solution for the same problem. And here now you see there are 9 blocks, not 19. So it's profit. In the business world, it's profit. That earlier you were doing something with the 19 lines of code, the same you have done with the 9 lines of code now. That's profit. It's good. Let's do one more thing. I'll remove this code. Yes, and three times, and then 6 times, and then 2 times, and then again north, and then okay, not 3 times but 2 times to finish. So by this particular line, at this particular line, it will reach here, and then I'll go up here, this to eat this 2. So for that, 2 times north, and then east, and then again 2 times north, and then west. Now this code will achieve the same result. This is the path. This is the path. It will go from here, then here, then here, then here, then this, and this. One more path. And now you see the same problem can be solved in 13 blocks. That's the 4th solution. I can create one more path. I can do something like this. Yes. This is solution number 5, and you can find solution number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There can be n number of solutions to solve one particular problem. And that's where the creativity is. That's how the programming teaches creativity. We need to think, which our present education system doesn't allow it up to a certain extent, depends on the countries and even parents and teachers and all, schools and all. There can be so many ways to solve a problem. It's not required that you can solve a mathematical puzzle or a sum in the maths or a physics or whatever it is, just in one way. You can solve any problem in so many ways. Let's try to find those, and that's where the creativity comes in. Can our kids do that? This is how programming teaches creativity. I'll share my screen again. And here, I have something else now. This is a different kind of programming. Here I have the move forward command. I'll use this. And you see a line is drawn. I'll just reduce it to 150 pixels. And then I'll use turn right. So this painter turns. Observe this place. See, here the face of the painter is this way, towards the right. Yes. Now I want to draw the line downside. So I'll just turn the painter. See, now the painter is turned, and now it will go downside. If I ask him to move forward 150 pixels. Then run, it grows. Now, can you tell me what shape can be done from these two lines? Yes, someone read in the chat, a square. Yes, a square is correct. You can make a square out of it. Let me share the screen. You can make a square, you can make a triangle. Right? You can make a triangle as well. Now you can make a square, and for that, I have to turn one more time. The painter turns. I'll move, you move forward 150. One more time, I'll ask the painter to turn, and 90 degrees. See, every time it turns 90 degree, and 90 degree means square. 150, and it is a square. Yes, it's a square. This is how you draw a shape, but you can use the repeat command here, and I put everything inside 4 times. Do the same 4 times. That means move, turn, move, turn, move, turn 4 times, and it's a square. It's a square. Now I'm going to do a magic. See what I'm doing here. Here you see total 3 figures are there. Repeat. How many times you want to repeat? How many times you want to move? That means how many pixels you want to move and how many degrees you want to turn. I'll just do 2 changes in this. 3, not 4, and 120. And it is a triangle. Yes. Now let's discuss why I just using those 2 changes in repeat. How many times you want to repeat and how many degrees? I just change a square to a triangle. How come? And that is math. Remember, that is mathematics. The real mathematics. Any idea? If anyone teaches math or to their kids or maybe someone else, can you just think? If you even if you don't know maths, it's plain basic maths, the geometry. Can you suggest something? Can you think something? Even your blunt ideas, all fine. Yes, Hethel's mom or Miss Hethel, I don't know. Sorry.
Yeah. According to Pythagoras theorem, the angle of triangle is 180 degree. The sum of the all angle of triangle is 180 degree. That is why we have moved it to 60 degree so that we can get a triangle.
That's true. 180 degree and 60 degree both are correct, but I used 120 degree. I neither used 60 nor 180, and still it made a triangle. You answered and you started thinking in this direction. That's very good. Fine. Great. Anything else? No? Fine. I'll share my screen and we'll explain. Okay. First of all, one question, if you can answer. How many degrees a circle has? Just show me your hand if you know that. How many degrees a circle has? Yes, Forum Modi.
Yeah, 360.
Correct. 360. A circle has 360 degrees. Okay, and here the game starts. Let me share my screen. Fine. Before sharing the screen, I'll do something here. See, I have this cable. It's straight. What is the angle of this? It's a line, right? It's a line. What is the angle of this? Yes, Evelyn.
180 degrees.
180 degrees? Yes, correct. 180 degrees. Any other answer? 180 degrees correct answer, but there is one more answer.
0 degrees.
Exactly. 0 degrees. Both are correct answer. I'll tell you why and how. See, this is a plain simple thread. Consider there is a bending point here. This is the bending point. Okay, here is the bending point. And if we start bending, this remains straight. So this remains, the position of this line remains same. Now there are two lines. Okay, now there are two lines. Now if you start bending from this way, now does this make an angle now? This angle will be too big, no? Maybe it's a 170, 175 degree. Yes? If you go further, is it angle? What this angle is? What this angle is? What this angle is? Yes, near this mom.
90 degrees.
Sorry?
90 degrees.
Correct, 90 degrees. So this angle is 90 degrees now, and I'll keep doing further. At a moment, it will be 45 degree. You doing that again, and at last, this is 0 degree. Okay, this is 0 degree. Again, you go further, and 90 degree, 140, 160, 170, 180. 180 degrees. And after that, 190, 200, 250, 270, 280, 300, 320, 350, 360 degrees. So this is how a circle is formed. This is how a circle is formed. Right? Now, as we know, what is the total? What is the total of the three angles of a triangle? What is the total of three angles of the triangle? Yes, Evelyn.
180 degrees.
180 degree, correct. Any type of triangle, be it right angle triangle or acute one, whatever it is. All the total of the three angles of a triangle will be always 180 degrees. What is the total of all the four angles of a rectangle or a square? Yes, one more time, Evelyn.
360 degrees.
360 degrees, correct. What is the total of all the five angles of a pentagon? What is the total of all the five angles of pentagon? Okay. What's the total of all the six angles of an hexagon? Octagon, decagon, that means the 10 angles, any shape. Now, so square is the 4 angles, pentagon is 5, hexagon is 6, octagon is 8, decagon is 10. Whatever the number of angles are, you'll be surprised. Again, the circle is the mother of all the shapes. And the total of all the angles of any shape is always 360. Any symmetric shape is always 360. This is beautiful mathematics, geometry. Be it pentagon, octagon, decagon, hexagon, all this. Square, rectangle, and even triangle. Why? Because the square, the triangle actually are in pair, the diamond shape. So 180 plus 180. You imagine a circle like this. Circle. So here you see this is a circle. Actually, you can make two triangles in a circle. upward and downward. And that is 180 here and 180 here, total 360. So even triangle, or for that matter, any symmetric shape starting from triangle, that is minimum 3 angle, you can form a shape. You need at least 3 angles, right? So 3 angles, 4 angles, 5 angles, 6 angles, 7 angles, 8 angles, 9 angle, 10 angle, all these shapes, the total will be always 360. Now, what you need to do is, can you tell me what is the degree of the angle of a pentagon? One angle. 5, correct? And what is the total of all those 5? What is the total of all those 5? 360 we just discussed. Now this is the hint. Now can you tell me what is the angle of 1 degree? Yes, Forum Modi. You can unmute yourself.
Yeah, 72 degrees.
Very good. It's 72 degrees. That is 360 divided by 5. I'll share my screen. I'll just change two figures again. 5, 72. And it's a pentagon. It's just going out. I'll just change this one to make it smaller. That's it. And it's a pentagon. Yes, it is. Now tell me, what should I change to convert this into a hexagon? Yes, Hetal.
60 degree.
60 degree. And how many times should I repeat that?
6 times.
Correct. 6. Share the screen. See here, 6 times and 60 degrees. And 10 times 36 degrees. This is the pentagon. 10 angles. And if I want to make a circle is what? It's 1 dot at every degree. That means 360 times just 1 degree. And since the screen is very small, we'll do a 1 pixel. 1. That's a circle. Right? So this is mathematics, geometry, problem solving, curiosity. And this is how we teach curiosity with programming. Next, I'll share my screen again. Here we have the next tool, that is Havi Code. We will be doing something. See, even there is a possibility you won't be able to understand the coding portion of any of the tool as of now, because this is the very first time for you. If you practice, you'll be able to do it. Don't worry about it. Just try to understand the concept for now. Okay. So here I'll do one thing now. Okay. Math, text, and print. And here I write something. This is from Havi, and I press run. You see the sentence written here. And then so this is the next level of programming. Then I do text, variable. Instead of that, I'll just use the prompt command text, and then prompt 4. I'll change this sentence, just hi, and then text, print, prompt for text, please enter your name. Fine. And then text. One more time. All right. This is from Havi. Now I'll press run and you see. So it asks me, please enter your name, which I have asked here. So I'll write Prashant. Okay. And now you see, it says, hi Prashant, this is from Havi. So now this is the next level of programming, the interactive programming. You will be seeing a lot of apps all around you, websites and mobile applications. There will be very few apps which you keep in your phone forever. You would have seen the apps where if you try to enter the name, you won't be able to type. You have seen the app where you keep clicking on the login, it won't work at all. You would have seen the applications where they would ask all the information about you, your name and mobile number and email and all those kind of things, but you never know what they've used it for. Or even if they mail you or they show your in the profile, they will say, hi user. And then you realize that if I already mentioned them that my name is Prashant, why can't they just write hi Prashant instead of hi user? It's the communication. The apps, the companies, that means the people which can communicate like this, again wins the market. These are all very small things, but very important. I'll share my screen one more time, and this is a bit different. A graph kind of thing which we have learned. This is a graph. Squares. Okay, you see a grid, so many squares inside. If I ask you to paint into this, can we? The condition is you can't go reverse. You can go in a one way only. Like your path, I'll just draw to explain that rather than just saying. Okay, you can travel only in this way, and then when you reach to the last, you again come back here, and then again start from here. Only this way. This is the rule. Okay. Now, if I want to write something here, yesterday we had this experiment and that was really fun for all of us to do that. So we wanted to write Ma for Mother's Day. And well, how can you write Ma here? I'll just explain what can we do here. So you'll have to actually build the logic. You'll have to use the print command in a specific way. I am starting from here. Actually, you'll have to start from here, the very first one. But for your understanding, I am doing it from here. This one, second one, then third, fourth, and then this. If you want to make a thicker M, then only. And then you do like this. Here, then here, and this one, this one, this one. Okay. Is this M? Okay. Is this M? So this is called the binary programming. This is called binary programming. That means you are just filling one particular dot, pixel. So either you have only two options. Either you fill it or don't fill it. That means either 1 or 0. Yes or no. That's it. And that's how you create an entire impression. And this is binary programming that ignites the creativity again and problem solving. That how can you solve the problem with limited resources? When you have the entire paintbrush with a lot of colors, you draw, it's fine. But what if you just have, these two options, 1 and 0? That's it. So in my opinion, start to write M is okay, fine. Alphabet, when we teach alphabets to our kids, it's good that they have started writing M. But can they create M themselves? That's where they have to apply their mind. Can they create shapes? Say M, ABC, they are all good. They are all basic things. But then can they create shapes? And there are few kids who create wonderful shapes. I'll just share the link of those creations by the kids which they have done. Okay, let's run and you see this. So with this same principle which I just explained, the binary programming, this drawing is created, or this shape, drawing, whatever you say, pattern in general is created. Now this stimulates your mind. You cannot do it without your thoughts, without your mind. And you'll have to push ke beta karo, bas mujhe ye chahiye hi chahiye. Anyhow, I want my name to be written like this. Anyhow, do it. And people are, kids, there are kids who are drawing home, cow, and so many other patterns in this way, just with very limited resource. You don't have the options. You don't have the paint brush. You just use the limited resource and create something out of it. That's happening. You can try it yourself. I'll share this pattern, as well as you can just start recoding in that Havi code. You can search on Google Havi space code, or open the link havi.co/code after the class and start doing something with that. And last thing, before we finish the class, I'll show something on the electronic side as well. See here, I have something. So we have one student who use Havi elements. We have these two products, Havi code and Havi elements. So, and we learn these various courses. So Havi, these are Havi elements, which are this boards, very simple and very easy snap fit board. That's it. You are not required to learn electronics for this. So many a times parents do have this concern that I don't know anything about electronics. My kids don't know how will they learn? But there are kids of age 5 very easily using this and making a lot of creations out of it. This is all about creations. You make things yourself. That's it. And today we have one kid who made an electronic card. A card which you just open. If you open it, the LEDs would be on. If you close it, the LEDs would be off. Simple. Using Havi elements, I'll show you how does it work. See here, I have the power element, this one, and then I connect the power element with, there is something called light sensor, light element. I'll just snap them and then I'll connect LED. There is the LED. Yeah, you just snap them and that's it. So you have the circuit. You have the circuit. The light detects the light and the darkness. The sensor detects the light. So when you just flap down, you close the card, there will be darkness. So based on that, it will turn off the LED, this light. And when you open that up, it will get the light from outside. And based on that, again, the LEDs will be on. There is a very simple principle. But important thing is a thought. If we can use this principle in this way as well. This circuit, see, what I explained is, when you see the light in the environment, from the sunlight or from the artificial light, it will pass a signal. And signal will turn on the LED. Okay? Or the buzzer, a sound. Can you think one application of this particular circuit? See here I'm doing the buzzer. This is the buzzer. and I connect the power source. I turn it on now. Now you see. See, when I'm placing my finger, that means that particular portion, I am creating an artificial darkness. So when light buzzer, light off means there is no light in the environment, the buzzer is off. On, off, on, off, on, off. Now can you tell me where can we use this? Yes, Abhiram Chaudhary's mother.
Fire alarms.
Fire alarms, yes, possible. If you have an environment where normally there needs to be darkness, just say closed rooms and auditoriums, etc., where normally you have the darkness, for example, go down, you normally don't have the lights. So if you see the fire in that case, so this actually is not for the fire, but yes, this is a possible application. But normally you know that here there must be the darkness, but if you see the fire, it will turn on the this alarm. Any other application of this? Can you think for anything? Can we just put this near to the window? And what will happen? Yes, Preet's mom.
When it's day, like if it's night and when it's sunlight, it can it can be type of alarm.
Alarm for what?
For
Huh?
waking up.
Yes. This becomes a sun-based wake-up alarm. So when there is a light, alarm will be on and off. So this is the way to think for future. We need to find the solutions with available resources. And this simple 11 elements, you can create some more than 54 such projects, such inventions. To summarize this class, it's not about Havi. I don't hard sell Havi code or Havi elements. First thing. If you use it, it's great. Otherwise, there are so many other things. Programming and robotics is one of the way to impart curiosity, creativity, collaboration, communication, and execution. When you have such idea, now make it. You cannot just stop saying. Execute. Use cardboard, paper, colors, and prepare a body, an alarm-like thing, and host this circuit. Execute it. That's the sign that you can become a product creator in future. Just ideas don't sell. Okay, so execution. आपको अपने हाथ से ये काम करना पड़ेगा. You can't just stop seeing the idea, talking about that. Let them execute. So it's about imparting the skills. There are so many ways. Let them try with all those ways. Be it arts, sports, science, technology, electronics, programming, robotics, and so many other things. We are open to support you in any form. Like we have the courses and classes which kids can join. Those are the professional things. We have one free class every week on Sunday. Kids can join in that. We sell Havi elements. You can buy that. As a mom, if you want to teach your kid as well as maybe nearby kids, we can support that as well. If you want to do that, if you want to just support your own kids, fine. If you want to do that in your surrounding, it's fine. Using the elements or code, whatever it is. If you just want to do that, you can communicate back with us. You can just tell us what you want and we can support you for that as well. We are looking for we don't want to build a customer base, we want to build a community in whichever country, whichever city you are living. If you want to teach, if you want to join this mission, design the technology that inspires to learn, create, and perform to anyone and all ages, then we want you to support us in that. Either to your own kids or the other kids as well. Okay? See you all. Have a good day. Bye.